We were all out of road and I knew she could tell, cause she leaned across my lap and buckled my belt and kissed me on the cheek, said thanks for the help, hold on boy. Well, she yanked the wheel and I held my breath. We flipped so many times we should have been dead, and that's all I got, and I just woke up here and that's it. All I remember is sirens, blue lights flashing and driving, dirt lane passing and flying, staring through the red lights, going through the stop sign. All I remember is sirens, blue lights flashing and smiling, one curve away from dying. All I remember is sirens. Sirens. And her blue eyes flash, and those long legs standing on the side of the road. Honda with the hood up, covered in smoke, with thumb in the air, and somewhere to go in a hurry. Baby, why you staring at your cell phone? Why you got your back against the wall? What you talking about with all your girlfriends? You need to get your out on the floor. I know you wanna ball it, baby, I understand. Who's
Every team dreams of the Super Bowl, so there's no doubt both sides will be ready in this matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Giants here at Sun Life Stadium. Phil, you get to the Super Bowl, you have that extra week off, and then you have all the scrutiny, all the insane amount of publicity. It's got to be draining before the big game.
No, Jim, you know better than that. You and I laugh about it all the time. These players love it. You can't talk about them enough. What do you think about me? Tell me more. We love it. So they can't wait to get a chance to go out there and play today and see who's the best. Doesn't like what he sees on the defensive side, so he is changing the play to the receivers by giving them hand signals.
Here's the starting offense with a receiving core that can be so dangerous in a game like this. Failing to complete that one, so second down here. Handoff, looking for some daylight up the middle. The defensive line will be the focus here in this game. If they're disrupting the quarterback, the rest of the defense will have a chance to do their thing. After that last run, it sets up 3rd and 6. The Giants are at the line of scrimmage with a pair of backs split behind the quarterback. From the shotgun, the Giants get a first down.
Well, the deep and duck quarterbacks, they love to see cover 3 because they know they're going to drop back and just throw the short passes underneath. Good job by the quarterback taking advantage of this defense.
The offense is set at the line for the first down after that completion. And they advance the ball onto the other side of the field.
When the offense crosses the 50-yard line on defense, you have to be careful now. because it gives the offense a little confidence. And what they're going to do here, they're looking for the big play down the field for that quick score. So on defense, you better play safe.
The Giants will take the snap from the 45. Makes the catch. And he's brought down right at the 42.
Well, the quarterback showed off his arm strength that time, didn't he? He put the football right on the money, on a line, right into the receiver's hands.
That leads us to second down. The corners are going to meet the receivers right on the line of scrimmage. They'll go ground. Muscles through the defender. Tackle's made, and that'll move the chains. From the red zone.
Look out. The defense is showing a blitz here.
Here's the first snap after the big play. They call his number once more.
The Giants have really been dominant today on the offensive side. In the red zone now, they just take the football and they run it right at the defense and pick up solid yards.
And now they'll try over again on second down.
The defensive line is shifting. They're getting into a spread look. I think they think this is going to be a pass.
Brought down by Vernon. The defense accepts the penalty.
Nice job that time by the defensive end. He's not fooled by the run play. He holds his position and makes the tackle.
Second and 8 after the penalty. The Giants come out with a split backfield out of the shotgun. Had it for a moment, but then lost it on the hit.
That's interesting. As you watch the receiver trying to make that catch, he knew the defender was close, so he didn't put all of his heart into it. The defender made a nice hit and knocks the football out to the ground.
Third down and 8. Has his target.
Good job by the offense getting the first down in the red zone. Now it becomes tricky. Can you deceive the defense where you get a chance to get a score?
Coming to the line at the 3.
First and goal. Begin. Touchdown. That's the first one here at the Super Bowl.
Nothing like scoring first in any game, but when you do it in the Super Bowl, you can just times it by 10 because the pressure builds on the other team. They know they're behind. They want to score some points. It just makes it tougher when you get on the board first.
Touchback now as the ball comes out to the 20. The Dolphins at the line of scrimmage. Split backfield. First down at the 20. Landry's got it. And on a pass, had some heat on it. Ryan Tannehill will be under center. Staying with the passing game on first down. Jarvis Landry with the catch. Landry's met at the 44. And with this starting unit, as usual, the attention goes to the wide receivers who so often open up the game. Takes it from the gun. And a flag comes out.
Well, we still got a close game here, and you got to try to keep it that way. It's third and long, and you lose the football game. Don't take a chance on the offensive side. Wait for your next opportunity.
Miller's lined up as the single back. Back to the air here on first down. Easy catch there. No one near him.
Hard to guard these tight ends now in the NFL. It really puts the defense in like a quandary. Do we use a big guy? Well, if the big guy's not fast enough. We use a small guy. Well, he's not big enough. They get pushed around. I don't know what you're going to do. Just make sure you're a good tackler after they catch him.
It's Miller. Picked up a couple that time. As we take a look at the defense for the first time today, these starters in the secondary will be challenged today in both the passing and running games. The Giants defense brings in an extra member of the secondary. They'll go nickel. Can't hold on here as it goes incomplete.
That incompletion by the quarterback, hey, I give the quarterback no fault. That was just tremendous coverage by the secondary player. He's in position and able to make the football be incomplete.
A short field goal try on the way. And the kick is good for 3. Phil, they get a field goal here about midway through the first quarter to at least put up some production.
Yeah, Jim, that's what you need. Every drive is not always going to end in a touchdown, and sometimes you overcome adversity. They did that in that drive, but they still got 3 points.
And the tackle is made. The offense will start their drive from about the 31. The Giants offensive unit back onto the field here. Last time they had the ball, partner, they took it to the house.
Yeah, they were doing everything well, running and throwing the football like you said. And what do you do as a coordinator? You don't even know what to call because that play sheet, everything is working on it. Keep the momentum and keep this defense off balance.
No one's going to get him now. The 10 in stride, and he's home for the touchdown.
Tight ends are becoming a bigger and bigger part of the passing offense in the NFL. It leads to a touchdown this time. Nice job by the big guy just getting in position to make the catch.
The Dolphins are back deep, waiting to return the kick. No return here as he takes a knee in the end zone.
Defensive line shifting to the right there.
First down at the 20. Jordan gets to the quarterback.
That's what all defensive coordinators love to see when they don't have to blitz and one of their defensive linemen gets a sack without any blitzing.
Quarters formation here for the defense. Snap it out of the gun. Down the field. Tough catch. Harris is there to make the tackle.
Nothing like a receiver who can just put his head down and go after the football. That's what he did that time. Nice throw by the quarterback. Watch the receiver at the last second, looks up and makes the catch.
That was a big gainer. Now it's time to back it up. It's caught by Devontae Parker. This will be second down. Playing press coverage to the outside. And the give to Lamar Miller. Tackled at the 29-yard line.
Miller's a very smart runner. He knows situations in the game. He saw the first down yard markers, and what does he do? He gets past them and picks up the first down.
The Dolphins have it at the 29. And now Tannehill's going to take off.
Well, we just don't talk about it enough. He is so good, has such quick feet, and then when he gets outside, if you make him run, he will. And a good job there picking up some extra yards.
Coming to the line at the 17-yard line.
Richardson lined up in the backfield. First down at the 17. Tannehill gives it up.
The Dolphins, they can do it all. Once they get in the red zone, they have the passes, the screens. They can throw it down to the back of the end zone. And how about that play? They can run the football right at you if they want to. And that time they picked up some good yards on that run.
The Dolphins still driving as the second quarter gets underway.
Set up now at the 12-yard line.
And the second quarter is underway with this snap. Tannehill will slide here and in the play.
It's not as easy as it looks. That quarterback, good job of sliding before he takes the hit that time.
Heading to the line at the 22.
Second and long. Touchdown and drawing close. How important was that touchdown, Phil, after a terrible start to this game and now moving on to the second quarter and trying to shift control of things?
Yeah, early in the second quarter, and it was an awful start of this football game. You couldn't play any worse as a football team, but when you get a quick score, it just changes everything. It changes the scope of the game, and it changes your confidence.
The Giants offense looks unstoppable. Touchdown drives the last 2 times they've had it, and here they go again, Phil.
Yeah, they've been very good, Jim. They're taking advantage of situations and scoring touchdowns, and we know that's what you must do. If you don't get these touchdowns, what happens later in the game always comes back to bite you.
And it'll be second down and 6 after the running play on first down. Plenty of defensive backs out on the field for this one. My goodness, what a hit. And the ball falls incomplete.
Good timing by the defensive player that time. He gets to the receiver just as the football is getting there and makes the hit, knocks that football loose. Quarterback sees something in his defense he wants to take advantage of.
And Niles Paul has the catch. Taken down at the 45. That's reception number 2 for him. And Phil, you look at this offense right now, they've got a quarterback who's moving the football through the air, and that's a big reason why they're leading this game.
That's right. That's why they're leading the game. Boy, I'd hate to be a defensive back out there today. The wide receivers are good. The quarterback is hot. They've got awesome rhythm, and that's why they're playing so well.
The line of scrimmage, the 48.
Second and 3. Here's the handoff, and they'll run it. And that gains 1.
Got to give a lot of credit to the defense. They were all over the run that time, and they only give up a short gain.
On the way, third down. Quarters formation here for the defense. To the ground. He's taken down at the 35.
Third and short. I don't know what you do anymore. I've given up. Do you throw it? Do you run it? Do you have that kind of faith in your offensive line? Well, the offense does. They run the football. Great job by the offensive lineman, giving that running back a chance to get that first down.
The Giants will take the snap from the 35. And that's good for only a yard or 2.
Good job by the defensive line, standing in there and fighting, and they hold the running back to a short gain.
The offense heads to the line for the 7th play of the drive.
D-line is shifting inside. They're pinching. I think they're expecting a run up the middle.
The tackle's made, and the first down is picked up.
If you're running back and you want more carries, do things like this. Read the defense right, read the blocking, and pick up first downs. That's a really good job by the running back. The defensive line, they're all talking. They're all shifting to the right.
That's a gain of 10. He's now over 50 yards rushing on the day. A about to snap it for the 9th play of the drive. The Giants at the line of scrimmage with their set of receivers in a bunch formation. On the money. Giants in the end zone. We're midway through the second quarter, and they're putting themselves in good shape for halftime.
Yeah, they are. That was a nice drive for a touchdown, but I'm looking at the defensive side. It's time for the captains on the defense to give everybody else a talk and shape things up and get back in this game.
Makes the catch at the 7. Able to move past the 20 and brought down at the 23. The Dolphins will be trying to make it 3 successful drives in a row as they retake the field here on offense, partner.
They got a great feeling from the offense so far. In other words, they're confident, they feel good, so you need to keep calling plays. It keeps the offensive players in a positive frame of mind. You do that, hey, I wouldn't be surprised to see them march down here and score again.
The Dolphins are behind right now, but still have moved the ball through the air. Tannehill's having a big day.
When you see an offense working like this, it's kind of exciting. I know the fans are really behind it. There's nothing like watching a quarterback who's really got it going, throwing the football down the field, and his guys catching it.
They'll run it off the toss. Collins is there that time for the tackle.
Nice run that time. When you run the football like this, over a period of time, it's going to wear that defense out. There's no doubt about it. Nice job by the offensive line. Jim, look at that. The defensive line all shifting down inside. They're expecting to run right up the middle. When receivers are running drag routes across the field, you got to have nice touch and accuracy on the football. That time the quarterback just throws it too far in front.
3rd down after the penalty. Press coverage all the way. Nothing drives a coach crazier than a false start penalty. 3rd down after the penalty. It's Tannehill out of the pistol. Tannehill's now going to leave the pocket and tuck it under. And the timeout is called, so we're going to take a quick break and return in just a moment. The Dolphins will punt it. He's going to try and return this punt. He's taken down at the 23.
Well, only a couple yards that time by the punt returner. Good defense by the punt coverage team. They get down their speed. They hustle. They're all around him. They only give up a couple yards.
The Giants take it from the 23. And that'll gain just a few yards. He's averaging right around 7 yards per carry on the game. 2-minute warning. Second and 7 on the way.
Look out, they're changing the play to take advantage of something they see on the defensive side.
Niles Paul with the reception. The defense stops the clock. The offense needs 2 yards here on 3rd down after the completion. Out of the shotgun formation. Has his man. Gains 20. That's his first reception today.
Nothing like throwing a short pass and watching it turn into a long gain. Good job that time by the quarterback finding the open guy.
First down at the 49. Knocked down as he fires it.
9-yard line.
He'll stand back beyond the center in the gun. Ball spotted at the tackle.
The Giants understand just get whatever yards you can every time you run a play. That's what they do that time. It's a short completion, but look what position it puts them here in on third down. This is something they can handle.
3rd and 5. Looking across the middle. And he's going to be tackled, and that's going to bring us to 4th down. The Dolphins decide to take a timeout here, leaving them with only one. Going for it on 4th down. The Giants will take the snap from the 40. The Giants turn the ball over on downs.
The Dolphins didn't get much out of that last drive, so now here they come again on offense. I'm sure they're going to be a little bit more of a...
This to you, Jim Nance. I sure hope so. After that last drive, that was just too generic. Wasn't very well thought out, and they got to change what they're doing on the offensive side.
Got an urgency to the offense this time.
Well,
give that defense a little credit, though, don't you?
Well, yeah, the defense did its job, but that was pretty easy. Always try to save the timeout or timeouts when you can, and one way to do it is go to the hurry-up offense. Good job.
Lamar Miller has the catch. And now they're in the hurry-up. 1st down and 10. Miller with the reception. And that's a gain of 10.
Nice job that time by the runner. Gets out of bounds after the play. You got under 2 minutes, and you need to stop the clock, so he gets it done.
After the catch, it's now 2nd down and 1. Plenty of defensive backs out on the field for this one. From the gun, Tannehill. Going for the deep ball, and it falls incomplete.
If you're a defensive back in the NFL now, you've got to be alert to the deep passes down the field, because not only you got to play it well, you got to make sure you don't have pass interference.
The Dolphins snap it at the 36. Got the completion. Tackle's made.
The quarterback see cover 4 defensive backs playing back against the deep passes. They know they're going to look for underneath or crossing routes. That time, a good throw by the quarterback to the receiver going across the field.
First and goal. Will go ground. Burnett's able to read that play and make the hit. The Dolphins signal for the timeout, and they have none remaining. Coming up, 2nd down.
The quarterback's picked up on something. He's changing the play here.
And that'll close the gap. And that touchdown should restore quite a bit of their confidence. They're not too far off the lead now.
Well, they're a confident team usually, but the way they were playing today, you could tell they were down in the dumps, not showing much emotion, but that has changed around. They are excited and ready to play.
And he's going to be brought down right around the 33-yard line. As the first half comes to a close, we'll take a quick break before the beginning of the second half here in South Florida. That's a touchback, and the ball will be spotted at the 20.
The Dolphins talk things over at the intermission, and I'm sure one of the first orders of business was to try to figure out a way to get this offense going, Phil.
Absolutely. That's what you want to do, and I think you do that by play call. So the coach, they have many plays that we call drive starters. Catch the defense by surprise. They need to call one of those right here and right now to get this offense going.
And Parker has a reception. Picks up 8 here. The Dolphins still trail, but as we look at the passing numbers, it's hard to find much fault with them. Tannehill's tried to keep his team in it any way he can.
Well, a couple things, Jim. You can't blame the quarterback because they're trailing. He has been outstanding here today. The offense, the offensive line, the play calling, all good.
3rd down on the way. They're going to the hurry. Back to the line now.
And Richardson's got on the handoff.
The Dolphins did a good job that time picking up the first down. Let's look at the situation. You're behind the second half. You keep looking to pick up those first downs, and, you get enough of them. What does it do? Pretty simple. It leads to a score.
They're able to move the chains after that last run.
Oh, look at that. The defensive line shifting over to the left.
Tannehill standing back in the shotgun, ready for the snap.
He's hit as he throws it.
They're changing things here. The quarterback changing. He's giving the receiver some new instructions.
Parker's got the catch and the first.
First down at the 45. Slashes to the left side. Now they take the football onto the opponent's side of the field.
Well, I think we all know the situation here. It's a close game in the second half, and you're losing, but you pick up a first down. Oh, my gosh, that opens up many more possibilities, what you can do on the offensive side. Good job by the offense.
The Dolphins take it from the 43. Ball is out, and it's a takeaway.
The defender downs him as he's already on the ground. That makes it official.
Well, that time the offense fumbles the football, but the defense hit them so hard, there's no chance of hanging on. Hits the ground, and the defense recovers.
First down at the 37. He is tackled at the 40-yard line.
Nice job that time by the defense. They were ready for the run, nowhere for the running back to go, and they stopped him for a short gain.
Second down coming up.
The Giants come to the line with a bunch set.
Drop back, shotgun formation. And Niles Paul has the catch. They complete the pass, but still not enough for the first. Third down coming up. Out of the gun. With two hands, he has it. Muscles through the defender. Still on his feet. And he's in for the touchdown. What a play. What a run.
Well, Jim, it's almost impossible to guard these guys nowadays as they go down the field. These wide receivers, they have feet like ballerinas. And even though you get tight coverage, they're so quick, they can get open and make the catches.
The Dolphins are back deep, waiting for the kick return. They'll take it at the 20.
The Dolphins are set to take the field again on offense after a crazy sequence that didn't go their way. That turnover led to turnover points. And now let's see if the offense can get that back, Phil.
Yeah, listen, I know they're going to be motivated because after they turned the football over last time, the coaches took them to the sideline and just gave them heck. That's for sure. That's a good way of seeing it. So motivation, can't make those.
Intercepted! Nobody was going to catch him there. Touchdown.
Well, when you study the offense and you know what they're going to do, you're able to make plays like that. You time the interception perfectly, you make the catch, and you take it all the way back for the score.
The Dolphins are back deep, waiting for the kick.
Tannehill will lead his offense back onto the field here as this goes for a touchback.
The Dolphins offense back on the field trying to make up for that costly mistake. The last time they had the ball, the turnover they committed immediately turned into points against them.
Yeah, it did, Jim, but you know what? It's not a perfect game. You got to deal with adversity when you're talking about football. So you made that mistake. Let it go and go out there, be aggressive, and see if you can score some points.
He's drilled as he throws. Quarters formation here for the defense. Second down and 10. Almost intercepted. Third down now.
Look at the defensive linemen talking. They're all now shifting to the left.
Takes the hit and throws.
The Dolphins put themselves in a situation where the defense has all the advantage. They know the pass probably has to go down the field on 3rd and long, and they were ready for it.
They're set to punt it away now. Fair catch signal made. The Giants have extended their halftime lead, and they haven't wasted any time in doing so as they continue to motor up and down the field.
You know, this is what you got to do in this league now. When it's going well on the offensive side, don't slow down, don't get conservative, keep it going, try to score points, and just dominate the other team.
The Giants will take the snap from the 40, trying to plow ahead. Brought down by Vernon.
Always good to have these types of runs. Yeah, it's not a first down, but it sends a message. It shows everybody that you can run it when you want to, and also it opens up so many other things for your offense.
2nd and 4. Hill has the catch. Hill's tackled down at the 50. And take a look at the numbers, and you can see the difference here, by and large, has come down to the passing attack.
It has. I think the coaches realized early the quarterback was hot. So what did they do? They kept giving him the football, and he kept moving it down the field.
He's in the clear. The 10. All the way home and all alone. Touchdown. And with that score, they've now got a nice buffer to work with over the last quarter and a half.
They've been really efficient here today. And just another example on that touchdown drive, executing to perfection, and they got a nice lead here. Let's see if they can hang on.
The Dolphins are back deep, waiting to return the kick. It'll be a touchback. The Dolphins offense is on the field, hoping to erase the memory of their last drive, which was completely unproductive, a quick 3 and out.
Yeah, it was. I don't know if they can erase this defense. This defense is pretty good. We saw that in the last drive. They got good players, and they're pretty excited, so this is going to be tough on the offense.
That's 2nd down coming up.
Boy, they saw something on the offense. It caught their attention. Look at the defensive line. They're all shifting to the right.
Tannehill's on the move. Incomplete, almost going in the other direction.
I think that's the hardest pass a defensive back has to defend. The long throws down the field. You have to wait to the last second to make your play. That time the defensive back did it. What a play.
Ryan Tannehill will take it from the gun. Almost intercepted that time.
Good job that time by the defense on 3rd down. Find a way to get off the field. The defender found the way. Knocked that pass down.
All set to punt here. And it's a fake. They're running a fake.
Anytime you decide to run the football in a punting situation, you're trying to fake the defense out. man, you got to fool them completely. Why? Because your best runner on the football team is not the guy that's going to be running it in a situation like this. It looked good for a second, but not able to get the first down.
Bush is the one who brings him to the ground.
If you want to run the football with success, you're going to have plays like this where they pick up very little yardage. Don't listen to the fans. Keep running it, and it'll work. You see the linebackers moving? What they're trying to do is confuse the quarterback.
Gains 18.
This is an awesome job by the head coach, the offensive coordinator, and the offense. Just keep picking up those first downs. You got a big lead here in the second half. Keep that clock running. This offense has been moving the football all day long. Once again in the red zone, they have a big lead. What will they do? I think they'll just try to run it in from here.
Breaking huddle at the 8-yard line. Second and goal from the 8. Raji gets to the quarterback.
Well, you expect defensive ends to get sacks because they come around the outside. But when you get pressure from the inside and the defensive tackle gets a sack, that's just an added bonus.
Loss of 5 on the play.
Now he's going to change the play, and look out. I think he's going to go down the field with the football.
Can't hold on here as this ball's incomplete.
So many times when you drop a football in the NFL, a pass like that, it's because of lack of concentration. You're just not serious about what you're doing. Well, that time the offense had great field position. They don't take advantage of it, but at least they get 3 points. Good job by the kicker coming in and getting some points on the board.
And a touchback here will bring the ball out to the 20.
The Dolphins really let it all hang out the last time they had the ball, Phil. They went for it on a 4th down in their own territory. Let's see if they're a little more conservative with this possession.
You know, it's amazing. I want to say really a good defensive call by the defensive coordinator. But let's be honest, when you're backed up and you go for it on 4th down situation like that, anybody could have made that call. So just a bad decision on the offensive side.
If there was a beat writer covering this coach, what do you think the headline will be tomorrow in his story?
It'd probably be the first time I've ever agreed with the beat writer. All you can do is your job. That was a good job by the offense, picking up the first down. You're down big in the second half. Hey, don't worry about the score right now. Just find ways to execute plays and get down there and score a touchdown.
Tannehill's completion percentage, 60% on the day.
We're heading to the 4th quarter in what has been a completely one-sided affair. I'd ask if a comeback is possible, but when it's this margin, Phil, I'm a realist.
You are a realist, Jim, and you know when you're behind, like you are a lot of times when we play golf, by the 14th or 15th hole, you know it's over. But we finish it out, and you know what? Same here in this football game. They got to go ahead and finish this game out.
The Dolphins come out in a bunch set. Surveys. Got the completion.
Anytime your team is down, you're inside the other team's red zone, you look for one of your star players, your quarterback, wide receiver, or running back. They need to make a big play here. Gets tight down here in the red zone. So if you're a defender, read the quarterback. You make a quick break on the football. Hey, you get in a position like this, and you can knock it down.
2nd and 10. Makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown.
Nice throw by the quarterback that time. Put it right on the money. Not a big window. It doesn't matter to him today. Great control of the football. Put it right in there for the touchdown.
Danielle's got an injury update for us. Let's go to her now.
Guys, I just spoke with a Dolphins official. At this point, the medical staff is going to hold him out of this one with what they're still just calling an upper body injury. So, guys, he's out for the day. Back to you.
Richardson's in on the tackle. That return's good for about 30.
The Giants stepping back onto the field to get this next drive underway. Their previous possession was a field goal.
Yeah, I think they feel good about that field goal. They made some good plays, and they got down there, and they moved the football, and they got in a position where they could kick the field goal. Now you take the knowledge that you gained from that last drive, use it, and try to go down there now and score a touchdown.
They've got to be wondering, though, can they finish off a drive today?
2nd and 3 after that last carry. From the gun. Looking long. Beckham's got the touchdown. And that just adds to what was already going to be a lopsided victory.
Well, you and I have done a few lopsided wins, but this one will be right at the top of the list and right from the very start. You know, we heard it from the coaches. They had a lot of confidence in their team today, and boy, their team came out. They were sharp, and they got it done.
And the extra point is good. The Giants setting up here for the kickoff. He's got a chance to return this one. Able to move past the 20 and brought down at the 23.
The Dolphins coming back onto the field on offense. They took it down the field for a touchdown the last time they had it.
Listen, momentum is on their side. When you have that going for you, keep the defense guessing at what you're going to do. So I think it's very important to stay aggressive in this situation.
Parker's got it on a pass that had some heat.
Well, that'll make you feel a little better. Finally getting a first down. You're down big in the second half, and you're on the offensive side. Don't look for the quick score. Just look to pick up positive yards and hope it leads you to a score later.
Tannehill's completion percentage, 60% on the day. That ball has been picked off. This offense had no choice but to take some chances here in the fourth quarter, but it comes back to bite them again with an interception.
Well, when it's not going well and you start trying to take chances, there is nothing going to go right in that situation. If they get back on the field after this one, Jim, just go out there, run the football, and try to get this game over with.
They went with the ground game on first down, bringing up second. Plenty of defensive backs out on the field for this one.
Quarterback likes what he sees out there outside. He's changing the play with the wide receiver.
Intercepted! This one is well out of reach, and that's more of a moral victory for this defense than anything else.
Well, it's a good moral victory. Anytime you get an interception, make the other team make a mistake, that is good for your defense. And, you know, I don't know. I don't think this game is over. I'm saying to the offense, let's see if you can go out there and score quick.
Pass is intercepted! Early in the fourth, and if there was ever thought of a miracle comeback, that interception pretty much ended it.
Yeah, you know, I'm not sure they ever thought this would be a miracle comeback in this game. It's been bad all day long. I actually feel bad for them throwing that interception because they just can't seem to do anything right on the offensive side.
Now 1st and 10. It's caught by Justin Hunter. That's another reception. Give him 2.
Good job that time by the quarterback. You got a lead in the fourth quarter. Don't take chances. Nobody open down the field, so he throws it short, and he gets a completion.
The Giants have it at the 34. He will not get away. He's taken down for the sack.
The offensive line that time had no idea this cornerback was coming on the blitz. He timed it perfectly, and the speed and the talent to get there, and he gets the sack on the QB.
Now looking at 3rd down. Quarters formation here for the defense. They'll send it back to the quarterback out of the gun. Wants to go deep. The reception by Beckham. Taking it all the way home for the touchdown. Phil, I felt like I could have said this in the first quarter instead of waiting until midway through the fourth. But this game is over.
It is, Jim, yeah, the way you said it is there's a finality to it, no question. And the losing in, the coaches, the players, they got to go back. They got to do a lot of soul searching because this was one pitiful effort.
And he'll start his return. And he's tackled tackled just past the 20. We'll mark it at the 22-yard line.
The Dolphins offense back on the field trying to make up for that costly mistake. The last time they had the ball, the turnover they committed immediately turned into points against them.
Yeah, it did, Jim, but you know what? It's not a perfect game. You got to deal with adversity when you're talking about football. So you made that mistake, let it go, and go out there, be aggressive, and see if you can score some points.
Tannehill from the gun. Two hands on the football and has the catch.
Well, you're really in a tough spot, but that is a good job picking up the first down. You're down big in the second half. All you can do, just keep picking up those first downs. You hope it leads you to a score, and then you play the game from there.
The Dolphins take it from the 33. And now Tannehill's going to take off. Tannehill's tackled down at the 36.
Well, he has such a good arm. That's all we talk about. We never talk about the fact that when he has to, you make him, you force him out of the pocket, he'll run with that football and get some yards.
Plenty of defensive backs out on the field for this one.
From the gun, Tannehill. Should have had it.
Got to give this secondary credit. In this passing league now, it's hard to make plays, but a good play there and another incomplete pass.
The Dolphins snap it at the 36. Very nearly intercepted.
Phil, this offense hanging its head in disappointment as they have been able to generate nothing as far as energy converting to yards.
Jim, it's just been a bad day all around on the offensive side. You know, the offensive coordinator, he had a bad day. The quarterback, the offensive line, spare no one. They've all been awful.
The Dolphins snap it at the 36. The Dolphins turn the ball over on downs.
Fourth quarter, fourth down. The defense has all the answers today, Phil.
Well, it turned out the lights. No, I was going to sing that song, but, you know, my voice doesn't feel real good right now. But the team has played well. Great stop on fourth down. And what a job all around today. All three phases of the game, they played very well.
It's now second down.
Look out here. They're going to blitz. They're all packing the line of scrimmage.
Handoff made. He's tackled beyond the markers. It's a first down.
I think the coach on the sidelines, he's going to be happy with every first down because he knows that's more time off the clock. When you're up like this, multiple scores in the second half, every first down just puts the odds in your favor of winning this game.
Quarters formation here for the defense.
Should have had it.
Sometimes when you have a player with this kind of talent, you're willing to put up with a few drop passes because when he catches it, he has a chance of going all the way.
Second down and 10. And they take him down.
Man, this defensive end, Jim, he is some talent. That time, good job, makes the move, shows the speed, and gets around there and gets the sack. Well, when you look at this offense, even though they have a big lead here late in the second half, they're never satisfied. They love those numbers, so they're going to keep piling on those stats.
Puts it through the upright. Needed plenty of leg on that one.
Phil, you think that was the right call, adding a field goal? You already had this game locked up.
No, Jim, I don't agree with the call. I would not have kicked the field goal. I would have gone for it on fourth down, and they just rubbed it in there right there. And in this league, people never forget.
Takes it from the 4, and here we go. Able to move past the 20 and brought down at the 23.
The Dolphins take the field here. Their last possession ended with a very crazy decision going for it on fourth down from their own territory. An unusual decision to say the least.
I don't know if it's unusual. We see this all the time from this guy. So it's when you're going to learn. You know, I guess when you pile up enough losses, you'll finally say, hey, I want to win a game. I'm going to manage it differently. And in those situations, you should punt.
Okay, if you were playing the game right now, what would you have done with that last possession?
I absolutely would have punted it without question.
Looks like they're in press coverage here.
The Dolphins take it from the 23. Got hit on release. Plenty of defensive backs out on the field for this one. The Dolphins take it from the 28. Lamar Miller has the catch. It's wide open. Collins is going to make the tackle.
All you can do is your job, and that was a good job by the offense, picking up the first down. You're down big in the second half. Hey, don't worry about the score right now. Just find ways to execute plays and get down there and score a touchdown.
Gains 5. The pass play was good for 5. 2nd and 5 coming up.
Well, even though you're losing big here late in the second half, I like their choice of going with the hurry-up offense. You never know when it's going to come in handy.
That's a gain of 7.
Well, that'll make you feel a little better. Finally getting a first down. You're down big in the second half, and you're on the offensive side. Don't look for the quick score. Just look to pick up positive yards and hope it leads you to a score later.
Looking at every option. And Tannehill's pass goes incomplete. They break huddle at the 18-yard line. The corners are going to meet the receivers right on the line of scrimmage. Tannehill's going to take it from the gun. And he's taken down.
Well, if I was that quarterback, I'd be mad after getting sacked like that by the defensive end. Your offensive tackle's just got to do a better job. Jim, look at that. The defensive line now shifting to the right.
Launches it down the field, and they can't connect.
Good anticipation that time by the defender. He gets to the receiver just as the football's arriving, and he makes a beautiful hit to knock the football loose.
The Dolphins from the 27. Catch made. Jackson's there to make the stop.
Well, you're really in a tough spot, but that is a good job picking up the first down. You're down big in the second half. All you can do, just keep picking up those first downs. You hope it leads you to a score, and then you play the game from there.
One more play, and it's in the books. First and goal from the 6. Touchdown in the late stages. A late touchdown in this blowout, and you wonder, well, why did they play like that at the start?
Well, listen, they were trying to, but they're just not as good as the other team, especially on this day, and that's why they struggled all day long and had a tough time. And finally, the defense let up a little, and they gave them a mercy touchdown there at the end of the game.
To the outside, the catch is made. The New York Giants have once again won the Super Bowl. The Lombardi Trophy heading back to New York. Phil.
I know we'll do it again. I know we're gonna collide. I know we'll call it the end. It's always a lie. You wear your heart on your sleeve. I wear my blood on my tie. But it's only love underneath. It's the sky.